So we all know the standard algorithm for multiplication. And when I first learned it, I had a lot of questions. So what I'm going to try to do is to explain it to you using a property from algebra. So let's do this problem. We've done this hundreds of times. So we just take this first digit, multiply it by the times the top. So that'll be 10, carry the 1, so 70. And then we put a 0 here, and then multiply the second digit times the top. So that will be 1 times 5, and then 1 times 3. So 350. Then we add these two together, and get this. So what I was confused about when I first learned this was this 0 here, and why you would have to multiply these numbers individually times the top. Also, this plus in a multiplication problem. So all of these can be explained by an algebraic property called the distributive property. Which is usually expressed in symbols like A parentheses B plus C, and like that. So the distributive property is named because this A multiplied by the things in parentheses is distributed to each of these addends inside the parentheses. So I think that was a cute name that they came up with. So this property can be used to multiply two numbers together easily. So let's try to multiply these two numbers that we had before, 35 and 12. So let's take A to be 35, and then this to be 12. So we can separate it into two easy to multiply numbers. We can separate 12 into two easy to multiply numbers. Like, let's see. You know, multiples of 10 are always easy to multiply. So let's separate it into 10 and 2. 12 into 10 plus 2. So we can use the distributive property to multiply 35 to 10 and then 35 to 2. The 35 times 10 is just 350. That's easy enough. And then 35 times 2 is 70. And when we add them up, we get 420. The same thing as before. And it turns out that the standard algorithm for multiplication actually exploits the distributive property and the ease of multiplying multiples of 10. So really what you're doing when you're multiplying in the standard algorithm is that you're multiplying the 2 times the top, but when you come to the second round, you're not just multiplying 1 times 35, you're multiplying 10 times 35. And that's where this 0 comes in. And the distributive property gives this plus sign here. You're adding the partial products of 35 times 12. So it's pretty cool that we've been using algebra even before we knew what it was.